Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. If I forget the rest of the words. I just know it's left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. You know?
Are you shaking your leg and your hips?
Rolling on the river. Yeah, see, that's what I was getting at, Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I was wondering where you guys were going with that. Now I get it. It's good.
Jason, I didn't know either. I was just here.
Listener.
I'm like, I'm not good at karaoke, so I wasn't jumping in there.
Yeah, no. Listener, we got an awesome return guest with us. We're going to talk about rolling down the river. Hold on tight. It's The Riveted.
With Chris and Gina. You have to make your whole body shake when you sing that song, baby.
Yeah. I summoned my inner Tina.
Is that what you did?
I guess.
She screams it, though, baby.
Left
Do you have a wig too, Chris?
Yeah, I don't pull that out every so often. Hey,
that's a whole different topic there,
it
Jason.
Is. Listener,
that's Chris and Gina After Dark, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right. The Riveted After Dark. Listener, welcome to another wonderful episode of The Riveted with Chris and Gina, and we are happy to have another return guest.
We are. This is our guest from episode 13.
All the way back at episode 13.
Yes.
This is 2 weeks in a row.
I was thinking I was lucky number 13.
You were.
Yeah.
Or
Lucky
are
number 13.
still. It hasn't changed.
Our very loyal listener, remote good buddy that we've not met in person yet, but are just so excited to have back on the podcast, Mr. Jason Grendahl, all the way from California.
Woohoo! Welcome, Jason.
Yes. Thank you.
We are super
One of these
excited.
days, I'm going to be in your Airstream podcast studio. We're going to get to a rally together somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think we're going to come to a rally out west with you.
We're going to try our very best to get to Vegas and see you at Region 12.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my goal anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jason is such a loyal listener of our podcast, Gina, that he heard my sorrow and strife complaining about missing out on Metallica tickets at the Sphere.
Oh, yeah. Did he give us some?
And he said, bad news, I can't get you any either.
Oh, man. I was getting all excited over here.
Well,
if anyone's listening out there, please, if you have an extra ticket, please take Chris.
Well, think about how epic of a week it could be
if
we were hanging out in Vegas with a bunch of Airstreaming friends at a rally, and then, oh, by the way, just took an evening off and went up to the Sphere and saw Metallica.
Yeah, well,
all at the same time.
All of us could go.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no, only we ain't gonna get no half a dozen tickets. But
you never know.
Anyway,
Backstage.
we're sidebar. I mean, I just wanted to bring up the fact that Jason is a loyal enough listener of our podcast that he's there for me in spirit and understands that we may be able to just enjoy a nice Airstream rally out in Vegas, but won't be able to see.
You can sit out in the parking
Metallica.
lot, babe, and listen to it from out there.
Yeah, and I think let's go ahead and chat about that real quick, Jason. What is that? It's a region rally or just a regular rally in Vegas in October that you were telling us about?
That is the Region 12 rally that we do every year.
Yeah.
We rotate it because Region 12 is California and Nevada. So we rotate the location between Northern California, Southern California, and Nevada. So this year is Nevada. And we're doing Vegas at the Oasis on the southwest side of town.
Yes. Which is
very
a
popular
beautiful
resort.
Yeah,
It is. It is a beautiful resort. We've been there. We stayed there about a month or so, several years back.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we've got 150 sites held right now. The local Airstream dealer is going to come out and bring us some shiny new Airstreams to check out. And then I'm the chair of the sponsorship committee, and we're working on a ton of other cool sponsorship stuff to have there at the rally for everybody, all the Airstreamers in attendance to hopefully enjoy.
Yeah, very cool. Well,
It's going to be a blast, everyone.
That's a perfect time of year to be in Las Vegas.
I hope you make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we're making it. I'm telling you, Chris. I'm giving you the eyeball right now.
All right.
You see it? Look.
You hear that?
Look at the eyeball.
I see
it?
the eyeball.
Okay. So we're making it. When is it?
So Jason's been sending me emails about it and inviting us out, and then I keep saying, yeah, we'll try our best, buddy, but we never make plans. And now here it is 5, 6,
We're making
7 months,
plans.
and we're making plans.
When is it?
It's October. We
It's
just said that.
Yeah, but
October 29 through November 1. So
Oh,
right over Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Tina Turner to a witch's brew.
Oh yeah.
I love Halloween.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll connect on that for sure. That hopefully
Okay.
maybe we'll be able to see you down the road sooner than that, but if not, by then for sure. And
Hey, you know,
that'll be
you
fun.
can come on this river cruise.
Yeah, no, that's listener. That's the main purpose of our podcast today. Is Jason wanted to come back on and chat about this amazing Airstream event that some people may not even realize is going on.
It's like a one of a kind thing.
All I've got is, and we can get to that, but I mean, I want to make a blanket statement about Region 12. I guess everything that I have ever heard about Region 12 from Jason and others, the things they do, the places they go, the general region of the country that they're in. I mean, that sounds like an awesome region.
It does sound like a fun
Right.
region.
I mean, like, Jason, just do like a quick summary of like a typical rally in that region. Not really at the region level, but just like somewhere in California or somewhere in
Like activities or something that y'all do.
yeah. I mean, like, you know, you told me one time, oh, we just hung out in downtown Napa.
Oh,
You know, I mean,
wow.
We do that.
yeah.
We do that. Actually, we're going to do the other one that I've actually been working on even a little bit this morning before coming in here with you guys is myself and another member from my local club. We're hosting a rally in Calistoga, California, which is at the northern end of the Napa Valley.
Yep.
And that we're doing that as a co-rally with Grapes and Grains. So
Oh,
it's actually called
nice.
Sip of Calistoga.
Ooh.
And you can imagine that there's going to be lots of beverages there,
Yes,
as
and
there always are
What
Wow.
about
at our
some,
rallies.
what about some mud baths?
Yeah, we got a mud bath in
Yes,
Calistoga.
we did.
Yep.
Yes, that
I
was
will
very,
have to look for that because I didn't know that could happen.
absolutely. It was very nice. Hot. It was very
Yeah.
hot.
But see, I mean, they're doing all kinds of fun stuff.
I
out there.
know. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I was just down in Bakersfield, which a lot of people say, oh, you know, Bakersfield,
Yeah.
you know, that's just in the middle of the Central Valley. But there's actually Andrea and I, my wife Andrea, and I went, and actually a couple other folks happened there at the same time. But the last remaining Woolworths store, including lunch counter, is still there in Bakersfield. So we went there for lunch, and it's, you know, that was pretty cool.
wow.
That is like
I thought they
nostalgia
had-
in a big way.
I know. I thought they disappeared years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not. And
So-
by the way, I'm glad you clarified that it was Andrea, your wife, and not your girlfriend. Yeah.
Well, you know, if you listener, if you go back, if you haven't listened or don't remember Jason's episode from episode 13, I mean, they're veteran Airstreamers as a family. Their kids grew up in them. They've owned multiple vintage units,
Like 4 or something.
traveled all over the country. I mean, you're super time veteran Airstream family.
Yes. I think
So-
that one was called the Orange
Orange
Shag Carpet. Yes, please. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He gets into that nostalgia. I mean, he's already talking about
Yeah.
Woolworths, orange carpet. Yeah.
I think there's to go from boondocking near downtown Napa within walking distance of cool restaurants and wineries to the lunch counter at Woolworths, that's a big spread of
That is.
of experiences you can
Yes.
have in Region 12.
Yes.
Yeah, and we got a lot of a coastline. I mean, we go out there a lot to Half Moon Bay as a favorite of ours because there's a nice new campground out there that's been open for a couple of years now, but it's right there on the water. There's tons of breweries, restaurants,
Wow.
hiking trails, all sorts of great stuff out there.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's
Um,
and then there's Yosemite.
Yeah.
There's Sequoia.
yeah. Just yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's year round Airstreaming, right? Like you can do. There's no real off season in that area, I guess, right?
Correct. Yeah. If anything, we almost hide a little bit in the summer because there's areas that get really, really hot.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, if you got double air conditioners and 50 amp, you're in good shape. But a lot of times during the summer, we'll choose locations that are out on the coastline just because it's
Yep.
Usually max 80 degrees out there during the day, whereas inland it can be above 90, sometimes above 100.
Yeah.
Now, see, for East Coasters, that sounds weird because usually the coast is hotter here,
Right.
and the coast on the west is cooler than
hotter
inland.
and hotter and muggier in some respects.
Absolutely.
Just depends on where you're at. But yeah. Well, that's awesome.
So not only do they do that, here's our transition. Hey, like this. Not only do they do that, but they also go to France.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, let's just jump over to France real quick and take a river cruise. I mean, why not?
We can't do it justice. I mean, we're going to let you share with the listeners about all the amazing things, but just know that everything we just talked about, how active and awesome Region 12 is, listener. They also last year came off of a Alaskan cruise together as a Airstreaming group and everything, and now they're doing this epic river cruise in France. So tell us all about it, Jason.
We give a little bit of credit to Region 12 because they really supported Andrea and I when we started this last year. This whole cruising series, which is now a National Event Rally series, kind of started a long time ago, sitting around campfires, and people there just happened to be saying, "Oh, I like to go cruising." Kind of like what happened, I think, 6-7 episodes ago on the Riveted. You were talking to a gentleman that said, "Oh yeah, we like to go cruising. I take my kids cruising," and I was literally listening to that on my way to work in my car. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm going to get on the show notes, or I'm going to get on the comments on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm going to put a plug for Silver on the River in there. And then Gina mentions it, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
oh yeah. See, I step up to the plate every now and then.
Yeah, she does. She does her homework.
I try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people sitting around me at that stoplight, because I was at a stoplight like 3 blocks from my office at the time. I'm sitting there cheering and yelling and screaming, and I'm sure people sitting next to me at the stoplight are just like, "What's up with that dude over there?"
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
You just have to get them to listen to the Riveted with Chris and Gina, and they'll know.
Well, I mean, here's a couple of fun facts, I guess, about river cruising in France for us is that
we've never been.
Well, yeah, we've never been, but we've got some friends that have done that several times, and they enjoy going to France, and they've told us all about it. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm right in this statement, that what started Rich and Cindy Collins to do YouTube and record all their travels and even start a YouTube channel, Love Subbin', is because they went on a river cruise in Europe, and they recorded it for their family. And he had a lot of fun doing it, and he put it up on YouTube. And then the next thing you know, now they have this super popular Airstream YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go, Rich and Cindy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's, I know that it was a river cruise, and I'm thinking that it was in Europe, possibly even France, but I'm almost positive of that. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm accurate.
You say that you're accurate, and we'll let Rich and Cindy post in the comments whether you are or not later.
But so just, I think it's an awesome thing for like-minded Airstream friends to experience together, and it's cool that you're organizing it and putting it together. So
tell us when this takes place, Jason.
So this is July 15 through 22 for the cruise itself.
Okay.
And it starts in Lyon, France, and ends in Avignon. So we're gonna be totally on the Rhone River. So for the wine aficionados out there, that's northern and southern Rhine regions, or wine regions, and so you're going to hit 2 of the major wine regions in the world on this cruise.
Wow,
sounds delicious.
Yep, and there's actually opportunities before and after the cruise to add on additional touring. So a lot of us said, hey, if we're going to go to Europe for a week on a cruise ship, we want to do some stuff beforehand. We want to do some stuff after and make it a bigger trip. So there's actually, it's full at this time. If we all of a sudden get a flood of people wanting to go on this cruise from you guys doing this podcast with me, then we could add another bus. But right now we have a bus going to Normandy with a guided tour, hotels, everything before the cruise. But right now it's full.
Wow. Well, you go ahead and plan on that. Go ahead and call the bus company right now because it's going to happen.
All right, listener, we're counting on you.
You're talking about at least one or two, maybe at least.
At least.
Maybe.
Buses
Possibly.
or people?
Yeah, get buses. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
More buses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I was going to mention, I keep thinking as I'm listening to your podcast, you should start saying listeners. You've got more than one at this point. We know that. We've established that.
I know.
See, there's this whole debate about that, though, because I would say listeners, but Chris thinks that we're talking to just one person when we speak to them, so that would be the listener.
I mean, Jason, unless you've got somebody else in the passenger seat on your commute to work that's also a listener, then I would
carpooling.
Then I would only be talking to a listener, and it's a struggle. I mean, we've tossed that up back and forth a lot, and we at the beginning of the podcast when we did our research, and you know we felt like which is it, and. I think we settled on the listener. Yeah,
I have buttons that say I'm the listener.
Yeah, and we are so proud and happy of the fact that we have more than one listener, but we want every listener to feel
like they're the listener.
And so
we got a couple.
Yeah,
2 or 3.
So let's hope your listeners want to join on this cruise. But besides Normandy, actually something that Andrea and I are doing and a few other couples is you can actually get on the same exact ship, and you will have the same room for both cruises, but we're doing what we're calling a prequel cruise. And it's actually a 3-day add-on up through the Saône River, which will take us into the Burgundy wine region.
Good gracious.
So that's an add-on as well. And then afterwards, a lot of people are kind of splitting out and doing what they want. Some are going to spend some time in the Provence region. Some are going to Switzerland. But there's a number of us that are going to jump on a high-speed train and go up to Paris. And we're going to have a group hotel up there and do some touring around Paris before flying back to the U.S.
So is that where you're flying in and out of? Is there in Paris?
It depends on what you're doing before or after the cruise. So in the case of Andrea and I, because we're going directly to Lyon to get on this pre-cruise, we actually have a connection through Germany, but then we will fly directly to Lyon, which, fun fact, is the second largest city in France.
Whoa.
Behind Paris. So they have, a big international airport and everything. So we will fly directly to Lyon, get on the cruise ship, and then once we're done, high-speed train from Avignon to Paris, and then from Paris, Charles de Gaulle directly back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hearing you talk about some of these stops and different aspects of the travel and stuff, what I've got going on in my mind when I hear you describe that is that even though as a group, you guys aren't going to have your trailers with you, you're still doing something that was in the overall spirit of Wally Byam, which was to be a traveler.
Yes.
To be a world traveler. And being able to do it together as a group of Airstreaming friends, you have that commonality and that bond, and you're traveling together. You're not each individually deciding, well, I'm going to take a month off from Airstreaming and I'm going to go to France. You're all doing it collectively together,
right,
and still keeping the Airstream spirit in mind by being together as a group.
Well, that's what
awesome.
the Airstream community does.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It is a community.
And that's how this got started years ago, is there were a number of us sitting around a campfire and we found the common interest in cruising. And it turns out another couple that was sitting there, we said, oh yeah, we're getting on a cruise ship, a Princess cruise ship in San Francisco for Thanksgiving week. And they said, well, we are too.
Oh, neat.
And we're like, what's your room number? And it turns out they were literally 10 doors down from us.
Wow.
Same floor, same everything. So we ended up getting together all the time on the ship.
That's
and
way
it was
cool.
so much fun, just 2 couples.
Yeah.
And we said, we should do this. And so that became Silver on the Seas last year to Alaska that you guys mentioned already. And there we were on a much bigger cruise ship, but it was getting back to the whole camaraderie thing. And Airstreaming is, we just picked a place on this ship every day to have a happy hour. And after about 2 days, we found our favorite lounge. And it was open to a major walkway on the ship. And anytime you would walk by there was somebody in the lounge having a drink.
Yeah.
And we would just start like a campfire. We would just start gathering chairs in a circle, and the circle kept growing and growing and growing.
Isn't that
awesome.
the best? That's the
way
best.
cool.
Yep.
I love it.
And it's like having a rally on a cruise ship, but you don't have to cook for the potluck. You don't have to tow your trailer there.
Right.
So you have dinners, you have meals together, you have happy hours together, you go off and do shore excursions somewhat together, in smaller groups as your interests are. And it was a great time. So that's why we decided to do Silver on the River. And maybe in another slight headline, I've kind of started mentioning this to a few people. We're going to try and keep this National Event Rally series going as Silver on the something.
Yeah.
And the next one we're looking at is going to be Down Under and Kiwi. So Australia, New Zealand.
Good gracious. Wow. That's awesome.
Ooh, I might like to go to that. Down Under.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
So what's the group size right now? Like how many you got reserved?
We have 33 cabins reserved right now.
Yeah.
We have capacity for about 20 more cabins. Some of those are really at the higher end, but Airstreamers come from all walks.
Yeah.
But there are still some of the most economical cabins available as well.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then
No, wait. You're going past that way too fast for me.
I'm sorry.
So you already have 33 reserved. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 33 are reserved and fully paid. So that means 66 people roughly.
Roughly, yes. And so there is room for at least 20 more.
That's the whole reason we're doing this is we are like full on promo mode of Silver on the River. I mean,
Well, I've got you, but they need to understand how quickly they need to respond to this.
Well, they can. I mean, what else have you got to do?
Okay.
Well, the nice thing about this though is we have the whole ship chartered to ACI. So literally, this is just Airstream. This is our ship.
That's awesome.
Wow. You mean no one else is going to be on there other than the staff?
Unless we don't sell these other 20 cabins.
Unless we don't sell the other 20 cabins. All right. So
well, even if those don't sell, we're not. They don't go back to the cruise line at any point. So the travel agent that we're working with is also an ACI member.
Oh, there you go.
And she specializes in especially luxury cruising, and her travel agency has blocked this boat just for ACI. So we can take reservations pretty much up until within, I think, 2 weeks before we sail.
That's pretty awesome.
And they sell in July.
Yeah. You know what?
Yep.
I mean, there needs to be a way to like even get the word out to Airstreamers from Europe and like see if they can come on it, and then it could be like a
we're in Europe
combo
as well.
A combo action.
Yes.
North American and Europe Airstream owners.
Yes.
Event that would be cool.
We've had listeners in Germany contact us before, so yes,
that's true.
And we do have an Airstream Club in Europe. I know there's some conditions that they aren't currently recognized on the ACI website as a club, but they do still camp together over there and rally together. And I did reach out to them, and I know they've shared it amongst their members over there.
That's cool.
Unfortunately, no interest from them, but maybe they'll hear this and they'll go, "Yep, I'm in."
Well, part of that is they're there all the time, so it's not as exciting.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it'd be like us taking a boat out on the lake here,
Yep, exactly.
But what might interest them is in anyone is just the camaraderie, the having the people together, and having the community and the conversations and drinking the wine and enjoying the chocolate and all the art and the hiking and the biking and just
history
and
everything.
just everything.
The wine.
Yeah.
I said wine.
Oh, you did?
I should say wine again, right?
Wine.
Yes. And all of the food.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Truffles. Andrea is very excited for truffles.
Truffles.
Real truffles.
I saw that about the truffle farm. How cool would it be to do that?
Wow.
Yes. They have the little dogs that go find the truffles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they do?
They do.
They're truffle sniffing dogs?
Truffles.
They are.
You're like my
No
troubles.
jokes, they are.
You're like my trouble sniffing, and they're truffle sniffing. I love it. Yes.
It sounds absolutely amazing.
It really does.
You know, you sound like you have got a lot going on just volunteering at the level you do within Region 12 and your local club and just staying in the U.S. So to add this to the mix and try to make it special for your Airstreaming friends and the ACI in France, it's awesome that you're taking it to that level.
Yep. No, it's fun. People always say, you know, oh my gosh, Jason, you have so much on your plate. You know, you shouldn't take on more, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I actually try to push other things out of my life so I can do more Airstream related
There you
stuff.
go.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle for sure.
It is.
Well, and back to the overall theme of our podcast, whether it's, you know, Region 12 Rally in Vegas, whether it's just going to, you know, a cool place out on the coast, or organizing an epic trip to Alaska or France, you wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for having an Airstream in your life.
That's right.
Or at least to that kind of level. Maybe you'd be like from what I know about you, maybe, let's see what it would be. It'd be,
you better hold on, Jason.
let me think about it. Let me just think about it for a minute. Like,
Chris's wheels are spinning. You ought to see his face. His eyeballs are going around in circles.
I'm trying to picture him as a Harley Davidson guy. Maybe, would you be a Harley Davidson guy? Or no. You'd be a Porsche enthusiast, wouldn't you? You'd probably be like part of a Porsche owners club or something. Maybe that.
Well, you're close.
Volkswagen.
There was
Volkswagen.
I used to be a huge motorcycle enthusiast before I got into Airstreams. You know, having kids is what really pushed Andrea and I into Airstreams, but we were big motorcycle people before that. We traveled a lot on motorcycles.
Not one of those weird BMW motorcycle people, though, would it be? Was it like
with
the
heated jackets?
Yeah.
We did most of our traveling on a Honda.
Oh, okay.
But
is that a crotch rocket? Is that one of those that lay way down?
No,
Okay.
we had a big touring Honda.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
After we got rid of that and had kids and got the Airstream and stuff, I did have 2 different BMWs for a while.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he was a Beamer.
Beamer guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we won't hold that against you.
Back in my former...
But, you know, it's interesting you mentioned Harley, though, because actually this rally I was at in Bakersfield with the Central Coast Club just 2 weekends ago, a guy just was walking through the campground. He's like, hey, you know, I see all these Airstreams here. You know, you guys know each other? You know, that's the usual question. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you know, we're here as a club. And he's just like, well, you know, do you like your Airstream? And when I hear that question, the smart ass in me always wants to say, no, I hate it. I just, you know, I camp in it all the time. So I said, you know, yeah, I love it, you know, but I said, I kind of equate it to Harley owners because they're not usually the fastest bike. They're not usually, I mean, you can come up with a list of things that Harleys aren't, but what Harley really is an iconic brand, just like Airstream. And when people see that motorcycle, they are pretty sure it's a Harley. There's some copies out there from some of the Japanese manufacturers, but people are pretty sure it's a Harley when they see it. And, you know, I've got friends even in Germany that have Harleys because they want a Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. It's about the brand and the group that brings you into, that instantly makes you, doesn't matter what your career is. It doesn't matter where you've been in life. You are part of that group and nobody questions it.
Right. We've had several guests on the podcast here that were Harley enthusiasts before Airstream, and they equate it to being a community just like Airstream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Well, and we're kind of going back to the river cruise for a second, but like you got 33 couples or 50, 60 people, 66 people
Yep.
that are all Airstreamers that also obviously are all interested in France and most likely French wine and
Cruising.
cruising.
Yep.
So there's multiple
Adventure, travel.
things that bond them together and
Right.
like-mindedness. So that's another thing that Airstream's the conduit that brings everybody together for all of those kind of things. So that's really awesome.
You know what would be really cool is because, we're a traveling podcast, right? Is if we could travel on all of these different adventures with all of them and do a podcast with them while
yeah.
we're all together,
that's a good
like a
idea.
group
Bring
podcast.
your equipment to France.
They just need to factor into their cost having a free, like an extra person to where we don't have to pay for it, right, Gina? Isn't that the plan? That should
Well,
be
yeah, that sounds great,
For the
honey.
publicity, right?
Yeah, there you go.
It's like that's a good idea. Well, that's awesome. So, all right, give us the
Wait. He said I got to say something about this. He said bring our equipment to France. The last time we traveled on a plane, we had to take our podcast equipment with us. And do you know how much trouble it is getting through security when you have to unpack all of this and prove that it is all the wires and the boards and everything are not a bomb?
Yeah, because we didn't have like flight cases that we could put it all in and protect it and put it under the plane. So we had to carry it on, and it was they had to scrutinize it a little bit, but
Just a little bit. And you know what got them the most? Now you're going to think this is crazy, but our mic stands have a flat plate on the bottom that's heavy to hold the mic, right? It's just a flat plate. That's all it is. And that got them more than the board or anything else.
yeah.
Yeah, that bothered them. We had 2 of them. No, we had 4 of them, and that was the most trouble.
Yeah.
Was those 4 plates?
Well, because it was solid.
Well, what are you
heavy,
gonna do?
yeah,
Sling it at somebody?
Well, they probably thought it was something else more dangerous. But okay, so give us the official details. Like where's the main launch page that they need to go to hit for basic info, and then where does that take them? What's the details on somebody that wants to act quick and come along for the cruise?
Yep, absolutely. So we do have a rally page on airstreamclub.org. So it's airstreamclub.org/silver-river-2026. You should, if you want to search for it at the rally page, you should be able to find it there as well. May have to select that you want to see national event rallies. And that there it gives a little bit of information, my contact information, the dates, but then there's a big yellow button to click there that takes you over to full details about the cruise, which is at our travel agent's webpage. And it lays out the ship, the destinations, some of the shore excursions that are possible, pricing, stuff like that.
Very cool.
That's your start point.
And again, the dates for when the actual cruise event is again?
July 15 through 22.
Yes.
Yep.
And when you go, go ahead.
Before everybody goes, oh my God, it's going to be so hot in France. It could be, but in general, you're looking at mid to upper 70s. Ooh. So if it's typical weather, it won't be obnoxious.
Very nice.
Wow, that sounds nice.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah. What I was going to say was when you go to the travel page and you start scrolling down and looking at the daily itinerary or the excursions that are available, this is over the top stuff. This isn't just run by the seat of your pants kind of river planning cruise. This is exquisite. I mean, there are some really nice things on here.
Matches the level of enjoyment of a wonderful Airstream
yes.
brand. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and as you look through that too, just one more plug for the cruise line on this. It's Riverside, which is a relatively new and unheard of cruise line for European cruises. They're actually owned by a German company, And this is luxury. This is above Viking. This is above, I think it's AMA. There's only 54 suites on the ship. All are external facing. They are all suites, just of varying different sizes. The food, the drink is all top notch. It's all included for your price. It really is a luxury cruise.
Wow.
All right, so now I've got a question for you here, and I'm asking for the listener.
Okay.
So, are there vegetarian options on these meals?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a number of videos if people search on YouTube for Riverside Ravel, Ravel is the ship's name. There's actually a few people out there who have actually even taken the itinerary that we will be on. And one of them, they post every day of the cruise what the menu is and what they chose, and even talk about what they thought of the food and stuff like that. So,
Well, how perfect
you
is
can
that?
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can definitely see a sampling of the menu that way. And usually there is something vegetarian, if not vegan, there.
I love it. Of course, I was asking for the listener.
Oh, I'm sure that you were.
Did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have said many, many times that you are vegetarian. I know that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
I'm sitting here looking at this page right now, and wow, there's so many things I want to do, honey.
Yeah, that's great.
And
Well,
one last thing I'll add too is that even though this is ACI and the whole boat is to us, we are allowing friends and family. So if you've got parents, kids, grandkids that want to come on this, as long as they're coming with somebody that is an Airstream member, they are absolutely welcome.
Oh, so we can't just ship all of our family over there to get rid of them for
No. We prefer you
gotta
there
come
Oh,
too.
gotcha. All right, I understand.
yeah. So, like, if you want to bring somebody along that's family or close friend,
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
You could. What if you have friends, all across the world, right? And you went, "Hey, let's
Yep.
all meet on this riverboat cruise that we're going to be on," and that would be perfect.
yeah,
And we need you, the Airstreamer, to be there to explain why all these people just gather in a circle
And why
every
they
day
like each
at
other.
5 p.m.
Yes.
yeah, that's
Right.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
No, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Well, can't thank you enough for giving us a little time and coming back on the podcast. It's always fun to chat with you,
Yep.
and I know it's going to be an epic experience for everybody. And I think the way to just wrap it up, listener, is that you only live once, and right, and
Yep.
these are the kind of things that just make you realize that having an Airstream in your life brings amazing things.
It does.
And
get this. Okay, I'm interrupting. So I'm reading this one right now that says a French pastry masterclass. Now hold on just a minute. It says anybody can bake, but this culinary master class takes your baking repertoire to a whole new ooh la la. Did you just see me going ooh la la, ooh la la? I have my little pastry hat on, and you walk in and go, "Oh baby, what you got there?" And I said, "Ooh la la, darling. I got you some pastries."
you do.
Sorry,
Okay.
Jason.
Yeah.
We-
We're beyond the promotional part now, Gina. Now we're on the wrap up part.
Oh, we are?
We're on the wrap-up
Well,
part,
I
yeah.
could wrap something in some pastry. I mean, I'm reading this. It's beautiful.
I know.
And they have
It's going
chocolate.
to be an epic trip.
It is.
Bucket
And they have
list.
chocolate and wine tasting together,
Yeah.
like at the same time.
So then, Jason, you guys will be back, obviously, and then you personally and the family, will you make it out to International Rally, or you got to get back to work and not able?
We won't make it to international this year.
Okay.
Andrea works at a local elementary school, and so she only has about 8 to 10 weeks off during the summer. So
Yeah.
back in August, they'll be back in class. So she
gotcha.
can't leave. And both of my kids will be in college as of that time. and
Congratulations.
Thank you. The oldest still loves to go camping with us. Like you guys mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
they grew up with the Airstream life. They love it. But yeah, he would love to go on something like that, but class gets in the way.
Well, no problem. But we'll.
There's always Vegas.
There'll always be Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm sure I will be at Rock Springs in 2027.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Cool. All right. Well, enjoy that cruise if we don't talk to you beforehand, and just soak it in. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Enjoy every minute of it.
Thanks so much for being a loyal listener of us, and we appreciate everything that you've done to.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention it earlier.
What? Don't forget.
I mean, here we were last year in wherever we were, I forget, and Jason was able to get some of our podcast cards stuck in the rally bags for the Region 12 rally last year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
I mean, he's a very loyal listener to the podcast.
Yes.
Wonderful asset on the West Coast out there. So
well, I hope all of Region 12 is a loyal listener.
I'm sure they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's lots of us out here, so there's got to be others.
Yay.
So then would we say that Region 12 as a whole is a listener or listeners?
Oh.
If we're speaking of the region.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? I mean,
you're going to have some English teacher that's a listener that is going to put a comment under this episode and tell us exactly the rules.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. I would definitely need someone to teach me.
All right. Well,
yes.
I have queued this up, and I don't know that it's in the right spot but I'm going to give it a try. We're going to go out of here.
We are?
Yeah, with a little Tina.
Okay? Oh, let's do it.
We'll see what happens.
All right, Jason, you got to sing along.
All right, hold on. Let's see if this works.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, come on now. There you go.
See? On the riverboat queen. Yeah.
Keep on turning.
See?
Sing it, baby. Proud Mary, keep on burning.
Everybody, here we go. Come on, Jason. Rolling.
Gotta start off slow.
Rolling
On the river.
Rolling on the river. Rolling.
Rolling. Get that deep voice.
Rolling on the river. See?
Here it comes.
All right, everybody.
You're not doing the real fast part.
No, we're not. We're wrapping it up.
You bring me to the top and you let me down.
No, we don't. Jason, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, have fun.
See ya.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
See you down the road.
We've come a long way, and I won't say goodbye because, we never say goodbye on a caravan, but we'll be seeing you down the road.
I'd like to take a moment to tell you about Patreon and how you can help support the Riveted with Chris and Gina podcast. Patreon is a simple, interactive way to support the people who make the content you love. There's no value that can be assigned, so you can enjoy these inspiring stories of Airstream enthusiasts from all quarters of the USA. But there are associated costs with operating the website and hosting the podcast, in addition to the large amount of time it takes to curate and edit each weekly episode. For as little as $5 a month, the equivalent of a cup of coffee or a beer, you can help the Riveted with Chris and Gina become the podcast of the Airstream community. Becoming a patron also means you will get first-to-know details, free merch, invites to special Zoom-based hangouts, and more. The link to Patreon is in this episode description. Thanks in advance for your support and love. See you down the road.